everyone, and welcome to another video at my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be making several backgrounds that can be used on masculine cards, specifically the Father's Day coming up. So on this first one I am just taking a wood grain stencil and my Distress Oxide ink and walnut stain, and I just pounced it in, and then I'm going to take my Vintage Photo Distress Oxide ink and I'm just going to blend it over the whole thing. And really, you don't have to be real careful with this because you want it to look a little mottled. It kind of helps it with the wood grain look. And then I went in with some fossilized amber just to give it another shade of color in there. And then I'm going to go back with my walnut stain. Oh, first I did use my distress sprayer and sprayed it and waited a little bit and blotted it up. I thought it took away just a little bit too much ink, and so I went back in with the fossilized amber and went over the spots where I lifted the color, and then I thought it looked really cool. So then I decided to go back with my Vintage Photo a little bit over it too, and then I went with the walnut stain and went around the edge, and I thought that just really brought it all together. So I think this will make a really cool background for a Father's Day card. And just a little thing about stencils too, the one that I used, it was kind of a low budget stencil, so it was not very stiff, so it was hard to use. I'll link a better wood grain stencil in the video description below. So next I'm using some Nuvo paste and the Star Stencil by Simon Says Stamp. And so I just thought this would make a really fun background to maybe do some like barbecue kind of theme over the top of it. But you got some good dimension there with the silver stars and everything. So next I'm going to play some more with my oxide inks in Cracked Pistachio, Iced Spruce, and Spiced Marmalade. And I'm just going to do just some regular ink blending techniques. I'm using Canson XL watercolor paper. This is a inexpensive watercolor paper, but I think it works really well for this. And it works well for zigs too. If you like to color with your zigs, Canson XL works well with that too. So I just sponged these on and then spritzed it again and lifted it with the paper towel. And so now I'm going to take these same colors and I'm going to do some smooshing. And I started with just the Ice Spruce and the Spice Marmalade first, and I put those down and dried it, and then I put some Cracked Pistachio on my sheet, wetted it, and I'm dipping it in now as like the top layer over the other two, and just filling in some spots that were still white and everything. And then I dried it, and that's what it looked like. And so I just spritzed it with some water and lifted it with the paper towel. I thought that turned out really cool. And those are the two side by side. So exact same colors, just different techniques. So now I'm going to do some stamping, and I had this fun mustache, and I'm just going to stamp it around, and it's a photopolymer and I didn't put anything underneath for cushion, so I didn't get solid stamping, but with what I'm going to do, it's okay. It all works out in the end. And so I'm just going to spray this really good, and at first I didn't spray it enough. Not the quite effect I was looking for, so I went back and sprayed it some more, because if you spray it enough, the dye starts running. The pigment stays in place, but the dye in that ink runs, and so it kind of gets a neat, cool effect. So then I had this little barbecue grill, and so with fired brick, I'm just randomly stamping barbecue grills around. So I thought that was fun too. So now I'm going to do some dry embossing on craft cardstock, and I had this fun herringbone, and so decided to run the herringbone through the craft cardstock, and then I had this like steampunk clock kind of folder, and so I thought that looked really cool too. And I'm just going to take some regular Distress inks in Vintage Photo, I believe, and just hit the the tops of the embossing just to bring out that embossing some more and to make it really show up. Just do a real light hand over the top and you'll just hit it. I think it looks really cool, and like I said, it helps you to be able to see all the detail in the drawing embossing. So that's all the backgrounds I have for you today, and in my next video I'll be taking all these backgrounds and making Father's Day cards out of them. So stay tuned for that, and I appreciate everybody who likes my videos, thumbs up, subscribes. I really appreciate all the support. Thanks a lot.